Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Guido coming at you with Coffee Talk Live. As I said, I'm Guido coming from the left side of the Atlantic.
And I'm Pilgrim coming from the correct side of the Atlantic, shilling with a Guido mug.
Cheers. Cheers, Pilgrim.
Cheers.
What do you got? You got some, wait a minute, I remember.
Yeah,
The Royal Queen's Tea.
that's it. The Royal Blend made by Fortnum and Masons, and
That's
she's having a
close.
cuppa with me. She's next door at the moment, just visiting.
I've got the on the eighth day. God created the Air Force because even the Army needs heroes.
That's cool. That's a good mug. You should have your other mug coming in the post this week.
Oh, very good. Cool. Welcome, everybody. We see Todd Templar, Stickler, Psy999 is here, and Wayne. Thanks, guys, for coming. Appreciate it.
There you go.
Hey, we got a good show today because there's a lot of stuff going on, man. Things have broken free, I would say, a little bit, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things are happening.
Things
I
are
would say.
things are afoot. They're definitely
Yes.
afoot. We're entering
Things.
we're entering into that exciting part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The holiday push, the
Yeah.
Halloween,
Because
Thanksgiving,
it's now,
Christmas.
you've got Halloween coming, which is a repetition, but slightly better than last year. Although it didn't happen last year,
Yeah.
so we're getting told that it's going to be better than last year.
It's like repetition. What are you talking about? It never happened.
Oh, it might not happen this year then. I think the year before. I think what they've taken is the Leviathan. I think it was called, wasn't it?
Right.
And they've ramped that up a little bit. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be cool.
Doctor Who, greetings to Norway. Thanks for coming, man.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, we get quite a few in. Greetings, Norway.
You know what I was just thinking? Do you think Wargaming started the year 2020 shenanigans by failing to put out Halloween
Possibly.
last year? Was that actually the actual
Possibly.
start of 2020, maybe?
I think yes. Should we get the old tin hat on?
Yeah.
Should we get the tin foil?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll start that rumor. It was Wargaming's fault.
Because everything kind of rotates around a video game called World of Tanks, really.
Absolutely. You can't go outside the door without that happening, can you?
Guys, welcome to the world's premiere World of Tanks coffee chat in the 0700 Central U.S. time slot. Number
This is
one.
number one.
For weeks
Hey.
running. Weeks.
Weeks, and to go on for years. I'm sure.
Possibly never to be challenged.
No.
We're too secure at that slot. I mean, we're that good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are the top dog.
Yeah. We're a dog of some kind.
We're dog. Yeah.
It's a dog's life.
It is.
All right, so 100 Battle Challenge. What's going on, Channel News? 100 Battle Challenge is ongoing. I'm getting close on the mod T54 Mod 1. I'm actually getting close on the T71 CMCD because, as you can see in my garage, I have 2 marked it.
Nice.
Sorry, we're doing pretty well. And let's find out today. I was number 1 yesterday, but me and the guy on the top have been, so to speak, battling. So let's find out. I spit as I talk. Let's find out where I am. Hall of Fame, there we go. And I always have to do this, and then it will not work. It always fails to load the first time for me. I don't know why. Does it do that to you?
Same for me. No, it happens for me. I don't know about the rest of the guys.
Yeah, boink, gone. And we have to try again. How do they not fix these things? Hey, I'm number 1.
They don't want to fix these things. It's part of the COVID atmosphere, isn't it?
Ooh, I'm number 1 by
look at that.
5 points.
Look at that.
Just edged out Boda 77. We have been in a Donnybrook of a battle for. I should send him a message actually.
Well, I was going to say, have you not messaged him? Said,
I should.
Hey, loser. You should say, loser.
I should. Now my problem is I'm going to keep playing because I'm trying to get it to 100 battles. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty high level to play at. But we'll see if I can do it. So we're doing that. We're pushing for 3 marks, guys. Now we're going to talk a little bit about this, but since I've already got it here, this is the Starlight camo, and we'll get to it on where that comes from. But for those of you who already know about the boys' connection in World of Tanks and the T-42, which we'll give you all the details, but that's what it looks like, and I'll show that to you again later on. So that's what I'm doing. We will have a stream Monday, tomorrow, from 9 to 12. Might start a little early if I can. And probably Tuesday, but we'll see. Hey, yesterday I did some yard work. Sometimes this is the yard work challenge. Yesterday in Florida, it was only about 72, 73 degrees.
Only. Okay,
Only.
yeah.
And it was the first time since probably early May that the work did not want to suck my will to live. Like to just pull my soul out of my cranium. It was because it's been so hot, but it just kind of broke.
Yeah.
But I think we may have second summer. It always does that to us. It always does
Well,
this.
now you're saying that. Funny enough, we're getting that. This week, it's not been like 80 or 90 like you get it, but I'll do the centigrade version. It's been in the 20s to high 20s, so it's been quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, our relatives actually sent us they went to Wales and went golfing, and it looked beautiful. Wales is usually piss and rain 24/7.
No, it's normally very wet Wales.
Yeah. But it was
Sheep.
clear sky, and they were out on the golf course in not coats and stuff, so.
In not coats.
Yes. Anything not a coat is a win.
A not coat, yeah. Brilliant.
Because we've been there in summer, and we'll have full on coats on.
Yeah,
like
in
July, and it's just pissing rain and cold and windy and.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. Lovely country though, despite all that. Despite all that. Oh yeah. Okay, so remember, guys, we're doing that contest. The creators contest. It goes to the end of September, so you've still got about 10, 11 days. I have an input from the chief. I have one from, let's see, who do I have here?
Did you get one from Noble?
Not yet. I think he's still working on his. Golaki from the forum, Leave It to Beaver from the forum, and the chief. Those are the three I have. If you're watching and you sent me something, send me a PM or a note here on Twitch. I have either not seen it or forgotten it, and I need to make sure I get you into the contest. But I think those are all the ones I have so far. And I know some of you guys are working on one. So Todd Templar says it's 53 in KC. That feels nice. Yeah, I like 50. 53 works for me. Triple M.
I like that. I like that level of temperature, to be honest. You know, where I like sunny days, but not when it's really too hot to do anything, but sunny days with that just chill.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sort of like...
Yeah. 39 in Illinois. Very nice. This is now the Weather Channel.
It is,
Todd Templar, 53. 72 in Florida. Yeah, that is a winter, Doctor Who. It's... That's why I like it here, because on New Year's Eve, I can stand out in my shorts and flip-flops, and I can grill.
Now you're saying that. Now, hang on a minute, Mr. Guido.
Yeah.
When I was in Germany, I was in, where was I? I can't remember. Bracht. It was called Bracht. I actually barbecued the Christmas turkey in 6 foot of snow on my barbecue on the balcony of my apartment.
Well, you can do that, but you're standing in 6 feet of snow.
Yeah. I said to my good lady, I'm barbecuing the Christmas turkey. She went, you what? I said, I'm going to barbecue. I'm just going to do it. So you could grill any time of the year.
True, but I'm betting that was beer fueled, though.
Probably, yes. It was after about the 5th or 6th, I think I went, do you know what? I'm putting the turkey in the...
It was a beer barbecued turkey. Oh, yeah? Well, how'd you use the beer? Oh, I just drank it. And I barbecued the turkey.
Best turkey I had for years, that was nice.
Stickler is a retired weather weenie. Right on. The weather I love you weather liars, man. You guys are always lying about what I'm going to find out there. How's the weather in the airspace? It's layered from surface to 50,000. Oh, thanks. That's very helpful.
Yeah.
I love my weather guys, man.
Thanks, Sally. Subscribe for 2 months with Prime. Check you out, mate.
Hi, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Well done, well done. So the contest link will be down below in the description on the video of this for YouTube. And that will get you to the video that I made for it, and then it will get you to the link for the replay. I like the Chiefs. Is the Chief in here? He's usually here, but I don't know if he's here now. This was pretty good. He actually did a no-kidding breakdown of the gameplay and threw out some tips and stuff, so I liked his. Playing a bit of ships, man. I'm playing a bit of ships.
What's that gone like?
I'm doing pretty well. But I only feel like I have a vague notion of what the heck I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting better.
I've been for 2 years, and it's the same for me.
I'm getting better because now I'm sort of paying attention to the cap points or whatever they call them, control zones, whatever.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
points on which team has the most, but where I'm really falling down is analyzing mid to late game who's winning and what I kind of need to do to make sure we win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just busy shooting things. I'm just shoot.
That's
shoot.
currently where I'm at. What the trouble is with coming from World of Tanks to World of Warships is that you need to recognise the pinch points and the failures a lot sooner because it takes forever to get there. So because you're in a battleship that travels at 5, 12 knots, you have to look and you have to see, okay, that might be a problem. I need to set off for there now rather than where in tanks you can sort of flex quite quickly.
Yeah.
So,
And I like the destroyers, but I die very fast in them.
The only thing with destroyers, right? I lob out the torpedoes willy-nilly. I just throw them out there. I'm hitting my team more than I'm hitting the enemy. So I turn pink like every game with warnings flashing everywhere. Like I can't control my torpedoes. They're off. I don't know what they're going to do.
Wayne says Metaflex. You need to learn how to Metaflex.
Metaflex in World of Warships, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, Stickler. I've heard that. Yeah. Yep. I'm in
advertising, not production. Seriously.
I have
there aren't. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say they have no control over what the weather does. They only have a vague notion of what it might be doing.
What it's going to look like.
The other thing I'm doing, you guys might have saw the video yesterday. I'm trying to break out a little bit every now and again, but I did some Total War Warhammer 2, which I quite enjoyed. That's a pretty cool game, actually.
It seems, I had a look at it, it seems complicated. I'm looking for an alternative game, not because I'm going to give up World of Tanks, but sometimes, like you just need to sort of chill out and do something different.
Yeah.
So I looked at that, I had a quick look at it, I thought, I've got Steam and all that sort of stuff, so I can get it down on that, I guess. But
so that one's more fantasy stuff. I mean, if you like, I'm kind of into that myself. But they have other Total War titles, and the newest one is called Troy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they have a medieval one. If you want to play as England and make an English empire.
Wow, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so Total War medieval,
right, let me
medieval Total War 2, I think is the one you're going to want. There's 2 of them. Okay. So get 2. It's the best. It's an older game, but I think it still stands up.
So Warhammer is the company that provides the games?
The games are called Total War. And then there's a title after it, whichever one it is. I don't know what the studio is, but the games are the Total War series.
Total War.
Yeah.
Do you get yours down on Steam, or do you?
They're all on Steam. All on Steam. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, all on. No worries.
Okay.
The new
I'll have a look at that, buddy.
The new one's Troy. Medieval 2 is quite a bit older. It's probably a 10-year-old game, but I quite liked it. There's a Rome, and then there's a Rome 2, which is probably better than the first one.
I do like strategy games like that. I mean, I was brought up on Command and Conquer and all that sort of good stuff.
So it kind of touches both nerves because there's the strategic turn-based part of it, and then the battles are real-time battles where you march your guys around and they fight.
That's cool.
And there's also one if you want to beat up on the colonies. And I don't know if you can play as the English. Maybe you can. I don't remember. But there's one called Empires, which is the colonial period with British and French and
even better. Yeah, let's get the White House burnt again, shall we? Absolutely. Yeah, you'll be out there with the paint pot, putting it white again.
Here's another good one. Wayne just put in. I think he talked to me about this the other day. Stronghold 2 Crusader. I think we were chatting about it actually. Is also good. And I played an early one, but yeah, that's the Crusader. If you want to be a Crusader and run around and do all that, so
I'll have a look at that as well. Well, thanks for that, guys. Yeah, that's useful. I mean, I don't have an alternative game at the moment. I did have the other tank battle, which we're not allowed to mention. I did have that, but I couldn't get on with that because it was like you were just completely mullered by all the seal clubbers.
I tried. You can say War Thunder. I mean, it's whatever. I tried. I didn't like it. It. The airplane part of it I liked when I was low tier and there was a couple bots, but once I started to get to mid tier and higher, I kept getting pixel sniped from max range. I'm not interested in that. You know what I am going to do maybe next week if I can get my stinking Oculus and VR to work again, which it's not playing well right now for DCS. There's going to be a tournament that mover the mover dude is doing a tournament, and that video where I did the video on the AI versus the human thing, the company that won is partnering with him. They're going to have a human DCS BFM tournament, guns only. And then the winner, it gets to fight the AI. So they're going to...
Oh, that would be awesome.
So that's going to be interesting. I'm going to actually enter that and see what I can do if I can get my stinking Oculus.
I mean, I've still got DCS on. I just can't fly planes. I follow all the instructions. Then it tells me to press certain levers and buttons, and I don't even know what the levers and buttons are. I go, well, which one am I supposed? Where's the accelerator on this bloody thing?
Yeah, that's what I've got to do later this afternoon. Is try to figure out my Oculus, make sure it's working, because I don't want to do it just on the screen. I don't want to enter it unless I have the VR, because that seems like a better.
Does that make you feel sick? Oh, I mean, you're a pilot. You're used to G-force.
Yes.
But does VR not make you feel?
Yes,
like
it can.
that?
There's a thing called VR sickness, and
Right. Okay.
I don't know if I've ever talked about it here, but essentially, your human sensors, the otolith organs in your ears, your eyes, the brain, is all set up for 1G. And the horizon's like that. So when you and I are sitting here, we look around, we understand, we have an orientation in the room, or as we're walking down the street, or we take a jog, we see the horizon, which is why when you get into, well, if you close your eyes, you have less balance right off the bat, because you don't have the eyes, confirming what the inner ear is talking about, like where you are, pitch, roll, yaw, that stuff.
Yeah.
You get in VR and it jacks with that, because it doesn't move naturally sometimes. If you move your head and it tries, but it's not exactly right. So you get this confusion between the old Mark I eyeballs saying, hey, this is what the world's doing, and the inner ear going, no, it's not. And then you can start to feel nauseous.
Right. Okay.
I mean, that's a lot of what car sickness is the otolith organs.
It's the same as seasickness, isn't it?
Which is why they say
can't see the horizon.
Yeah, which is why they say if you're getting sick in a car, look outside at the horizon.
Look outside, yeah.
Don't look down and just kind of feel the motion.
Yeah.
Because you'll end up getting sick. So you can, and I can't play it too long. If I'm sitting down, it's okay. If I'm doing some of the stand-up games, after a little while, I got to take a break. You
don't do the disco dancing one then?
No, but I do the laser one where you're hitting these like things that are coming at you, and there's music.
Sorry, I've got this image of this 6'6" Guido doing disco dancing, popping away there in his tutu. Sorry,
I'm not quite that tall.
But leave that alone.
It's called a Beat Saber. It's actually a pretty crazy game.
Okay,
but it's very cool. Motion sickness chat.
That was a tangent.
Yeah, #1 motion sickness chat.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I mean, we just keep adding the superlatives. I mean, that's just another award added to the list of awards.
There you go.
Right? I mean, if pretty soon the wall behind me is just going to be full of plaques, #1
it will.
everything.
Those gold discs that they give to people who sell millions of records. You'll have all those.
I mean, really.
Podcast discs.
I mean, really, Joe Rogan's just a big girl. He's terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what's he? That guy can't do what we do.
No, and you know what? He's too opinionated.
Oh man. Okay, where were we?
Disco at Studio 54. No, we weren't. Sorry. Where were we? You were doing your 100 battle challenge.
Yeah, I think I'm done talking about myself. I mean, it is my favorite subject and all, but.
Okay.
Validate me. All right, missions and specials, boys. It is time to chill. Let's do this thing. As soon as I figure out what to click. There it is. All right. So let's get into the premium shop, shall we?
We shall.
I think the biggest thing is obviously The Boys. So we were going to talk about this. The Boys tie-in. It's 30. So the basic one, I don't know if you looked at this very closely. The basic one is, can you get it over there, by the way?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not some kind of NA restricted thing or anything.
No. Although I thought it was a boy band. I have no idea what The Boys is. I thought it was a boy band. I don't know.
I wish you had said that live instead of earlier. I mean, it's still funny to me, but I nearly fell out of my chair. He's like, "What is this? A band?"
I have no idea. Well, you know.
Holy crap! You know. All right, no,
it's name for a boy band.
Pilgrim. It is not a boy band. I did explain to Pilgrim guys what it was. That it's a Amazon Prime TV, whatever they call it. They keep changing the names. TV
I'm
show.
up to speed with that one.
Yeah, so it's an anti-hero TV show. All right. Anywho, $35 for the tank. It's T42. I will have my review out. I'm probably just going to post it. I may just post it today because it doesn't really fit in my lineup for next week. And, oh, by the way, you've only got 7 days to get it if you want it. So look for my review. When we're done here, I'll probably just post it. I'll get it out there for you guys if you want to take a quick look at what I think about the tank. I will give you the too long did not read the bluff, the bottom line up front. It is a balanced
Right.
American medium tier 8. There's some things that look really good on it that don't play out necessarily while playing it. For example, it looks like it's got really good gun handling, but I think its soft stats for turret movement, hull movement, and just movement and after firing are pretty atrocious. So while when it's fully zoomed in, it's very, very accurate. If it's moving around, you're ducking and weaving and trying to snapshot, it's much less accurate than you would like. It does have a
Even with the new equipment you can put on it.
Well,
that doesn't do.
that's a great point, and you're 100% right. You can go with the improved rotation device and a couple things to mitigate that. Absolutely.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay.
So I went with a standard rammer vents vert stab. So
Yeah.
you can run food, you can do a lot of different things that will mitigate that problem. But if you're just looking at it and going, holy cow, 0.3 dispersion with 0.92, I think it was, zoom, wow, that's great. Well, it's not quite that great because it has to be balanced.
Right. Okay.
Although sometimes they attempt balance, it doesn't work. But that's a whole other subject. That's a whole different coffee talk.
Yeah. That's next week's.
It's sluggish. It's supposedly 51.5 kilometers an hour, which is a weird number. I don't know why the 0.5 ended up in there, but it did. But the specific power is so low. Think T69. How painful the T69 is to drive around.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Almost worse. I mean, it's sluggish. So those two things added together make it a lot less than you might think just looking at. But don't get me wrong, it's not terrible. Oh, the last thing was, I'm basically doing a review for you here. The last thing was the turret looks good at 216 or 206.
Yeah, it looks fairly rounded,
Yeah.
doesn't it, as well?
Unfortunately, bizarrely, all the way around the gun, the mantlet is like a 1 weak spot.
Oh,
Yeah, it's crazy.
seriously?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. There's some 200, like directly 200 without any angling, and for whatever reason, I don't think the mantlet's adding much. Now it might be spaced. That's possible. I didn't look at that.
I'm looking closer at it now, yeah. Well,
But-
you've got a machine gun port in there as well, haven't you?
Right. So direct shots around the gun are going straight through my turret. Surprise the living crap out of me. So anyway, there's your bottom line up front. That was longer than I wanted it to be, so to speak. $35.
Yeah, you've got your review coming out anyway, so.
Yeah. So let's click on it. $35 is actually okay for a Tier 8 premium, but realize there's a couple cool things you're getting with this, because I'm going to do the hard sell here.
Which one are you clicking on? The basic price?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
So
do the same because
you
it's
get-
£26.
Okay. And it's $35 for me. You get a 3D style. That's the one it shows, the big ride with Never Meet Your Heroes and all that stuff, which is, it's an okay. Camos with the pictures of people on it, I don't really, it's just not my thing, but it's got a lot of cool 3D stuff on it, because what it's got on it is a lot of stuff. In fact, let me get it in the garage here. I don't think you'll be able to see it until I click out. The equipment on it is kind of weapons of choice for some of those guys. So
Oh, so from the TV program.
yeah. So if you look at it and you know the show, you'll be able to kind of pick out a few things you've seen in past episodes and stuff like that. The 3D style, so that comes with it. Then you get two 2D styles, one for the boys and one for the 7. The 7 are the bad superheroes.
Oh, I was just going to ask that. Which is
Yeah.
which? Okay.
Yeah. So the guys in red there, that's the boys. You got
Right.
Butcher, Huey, Frenchie, and Mother's Milk, which is
Right.
okay. And then you've
They
got
do look like a boy band, to be fair. You know, sorry, carry on.
all right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Homelander, Black Noir, A-Train, and The Deep are the. So when I looked at this, I went, "Where's the women?" Well, guess what, guys? The women apparently are coming through the Twitch stuff, the Twitch Prime stuff, or Prime Gaming, because, and we'll get to it later, but this month's Prime Gaming gives you Starlight as a commander, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
which is foreshadowing because you get 2 full 0 Brothers in Arms, 0 skill crew. Two crews. You get 8 guys, 0 skill. So you got 2 full U.S. crews with 0 skill Brothers in Arms added into this package for only $35.
That's not bad, is it? Because you don't have to put that crew in that tank, do you? The other crew.
No.
Can you put them in any tank?
Yes, you can retrain them to any other tank you want.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then garage slot, obviously, and there's special battle missions. We'll look at that in the UI. I think I know what they are, but I'm not 100% sure. Because it's possible when I got that, I did the missions and didn't even notice I was doing them. But I think I know where they are. We'll take a look, and I'll see if you have the same mission, so that will kind of answer it when we get to it.
Yeah.
So that's that one. If you get the bigger packages, they come with some more gold. I did the math. They're okay deals, not amazing, okay deals. But it's hard. It's kind of hard to put a price on the 0 skill Brothers in Arms crews and some of the other things that they throw in with it.
Yeah.
So there you go. The E75 TS is out.
It is.
I don't know. It's okay.
I sort of get along with it. I mean, to be fair, for me, it's no better than the E75. It's no different. I like the E75. I wouldn't particularly pick this over the E75, if you see what I mean.
You mean the Lerva or the Tier 9? Because this is a Tier 8 premium.
Yeah, no, the Lerva, sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I understood what you meant. Take your pills, you'll be fine.
I know. Damn, I haven't talked this morning.
The T-3045 Rudy is out. It's got the 2 flags going on. Remember, that's the one that you can switch back and forth. I read some speculation on that, Pilgrim, that Wargaming looked at it and went, it's not really worth it, and that may be the only one that they ever do that with.
Yeah, do you know what? That makes sense now, because it's I don't like it. It's just, it's mediocre at its best.
Well, I'm talking about the mechanic where you can switch from countries.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because they've not done it with anything else, have they?
No.
Or did they have one? Did not have one other? Did not have one other?
No, that's it.
No, they
as
didn't.
far as I know. Yeah, I kind of expected the rest of them to just fall in line. All the ones that were kind of, the Skoda T25 and some of the other things like that to be able to switch. But for whatever reason, they.
It probably, again, coming back to what we've always said, is they would have done data collection on that, and the amount of people how they would have got it, I don't know. But they've obviously got data that says, do you know what? Not many people bothered with it, so we won't roll it out.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the tank, but I don't like the tank anyway. It's not a T-3485.
Well, it's not the M. You know what I mean? No,
it's not, is it?
And it's cool that it has a dog, but if you're trying to train these lower tier crews, there's an extra spot in there. The dog's name is not Spot, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, at least it's not Mocker, eh?
But
hey, and it's like what Wayne was saying there. It's good to train your crews. I mean, he's put his Polish crew now in the LIS, so yeah, absolutely.
Actually, though, you know what's interesting about that? I guess the radio operator, because that's going to be must be attached to one of the other crew, which probably helps you out for higher tier crews.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right? Is the commander the radio operator? I'm not going to jump into that right now. It's either, I don't know which guy it will be, but it looks like you'd have to put the radio operator skill on somebody because the dog's taking up the radio operator spot.
Yeah, well, Wayne, tell us how you did it.
Maybe maybe that makes it an even better crew trainer for the higher tier stuff. Sure. It would do, right? Because the other, if the radio operator matches up to the right spot, it's a 4 crew tank. So I stand corrected. It's actually better.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. No, that's a good point.
Isn't it fun?
Maybe people have figured that one out.
Isn't it fun to see the slow gears of recognition?
We had that a couple of weeks ago with me selling and buying consumables, didn't we?
A very dim but noticeable light of life behind the dead eyes of the.
There is life in Pilgrim and Guido yet.
I mean, you really got to drag it out of us. The TS5 is out. That's a pretty darn good Casemate Assault TD.
Yeah.
$40.
I haven't got it, but I like it when I see it on the battlefield on my team, because I know that if he's aggressive, I'll protect his flanks, and it's great because he punches holes in everything.
Yeah.
It's a good puncher.
And you have that one in your store as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a special offer for, I guess, for
That's
everybody.
the three. You've got the loaded war chest. Yeah.
The Carnarvon and whatnot. So gold. It's one I wanted to. Here it is. I haven't touched on this in a while. There's a package in here called Easy Going for $24.99, and I think you can put
I've got that.
put a coupon on it.
Yeah.
30 days, 2,000 gold, and 500,000 silver. I throw this out every once in a while because we're here to talk about a game we really like, and if you're new to this thing and thinking about it, that's the kind of thing you want to do. You want to grab a month. A week is okay. A month is even better. 2 weeks, something like that. Anything more than a couple days of premium time so that you can come and go at your leisure, because part of this game is the ability to sit down and play and then walk away.
Yeah.
That's part of the allure of the game. And I know people get irritated that their premium time runs out while they're not around, especially people who travel, and I get that. I do.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that it's relatively cheap on a daily basis.
Yes.
That's all relative to your income and everything else. But it really is. If you think about how much you pay for beer or cigarettes or whatever it is, coffee, whatever it is you like to buy.
Or any hobby you do.
Any hobby
play golf.
It's
something like that. Thousands of dollars on golf kit.
Exactly. But something like that will give you the idea of the grind, give you the idea of the time requirement, give you an idea of how things upgrade and how it would work for you over a long period and whether you like the game. So I just throw that out. That's really the best way to do it. Plus, it gives you.
I get it down to Math in Public. $25 with a coupon. Something like that. 24 something. Yeah.
I mean, $25 for a month of gaming.
Yeah.
Because the other thing it's giving you is the extra experience and especially the extra credits, so that you don't get in credit crunches while you're just new to the game and you can't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a drug deal. The first one is free, that kind of thing. But
I have no experience of that sort of behaviour.
no.
The thing is about when you start this game, and I only know this because I've got 4 accounts. Well, I've got 3 accounts, and my son's just started. Yeah, I know. I only know this is that
that reference. The first one is free. Now Pilgrim has a problem. That's the.
I know I've got the addiction, but you get to that free tier 6 tank they give you, and then it becomes a grind because it's costing money now. It's costing credits. Sorry, to progress. So they're very good at they get you to that tier. And then you either have to put your hand in your pocket or religiously play it absolutely fantastically to get the credits to be able to move on.
Yeah.
Because as of then, everything starts to get expensive credit-wise.
Yeah.
So it's a little hook, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's that. Premium count, nothing to add there. Vehicles. Really, the boys thing is the big one. The TS and the TS5 are out. The E75 TS, TS5, the Rudy we talked about. And there's nothing really else down here. There's some exclusives that I think I have. Like, do you show the Mutant M6? Okay.
No.
So the Mutant M6, some other tanks here that are exclusives, depending on what you've got, whether it's Twitch Prime or ID Me, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, as always, it doesn't really indicate why it's an exclusive for me. It just says it is.
Yeah.
So nothing else really to report to you guys there on vehicles, and specials is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
The ×5 bundles. The 110E4 on track, I think, just started, actually.
Oh, is it? Okay, I didn't realise. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that on track's going. That's a pretty good line. That's the T30 and the Hellcat and all those turreted.
I like that line.
All those turreted things.
I've sort of the E4 is probably, I like to play that out of all the tier 10 TDs the best. It's I've got quite a high win rate in it. It's a big puncher. It's flexible. It is a good TD.
Yeah.
Turreted TD. Yeah, absolutely.
So let's do the T42 or Prime Gaming thing for the boys. We talked about the packages out there, but guess what, guys? There's also the Prime Gaming. What is it? Feature of the month, whatever they call it. That's out now, and it's Starlight package. So go to Twitch and go get your Starlight package. you've got to connect it to your account, World of Tanks account. And something that weird that's happened to me now. In the past, once I attached it, it remembered, but now I have to do it every time, which I don't know.
Okay.
So you'll get the commander, and if we go over here to the barracks, you can see I've got that number 1 there. There's Starlight in my garage, and it's the standard goofy. Actually, it's not bad now. 6 cents. At least they have 6 cents now. Repairs and jack of all trades, I think. Which I don't know. It's a weird setup, but you can always retrain them for gold if you want.
Yeah.
Also, too, if you go to depot, you're going to have to do this as well. Go down to the home front supplies right here. Actually, you know what? I'm blocking it all. Holy cow! Hold on. Stand by. Nobody can see what I'm doing. All right. Go to garage. Go to depot. Go down here to the little parachute with a box, and you have to accept some of your stuff. So Starlight just shows up and in the barracks, but the other stuff goes here, and it says 2 of 6, so that means I have a bunch of them. What else do you get? You get a rental for the Object 244. You get a rental for the American Scorpion, the Tier 8 Scorpion. You get a rental for the T-92 American Premium Light Tank, and you get a rental for the Carnarvon AX. So that explains some of the things that are in my exclusive section. All 4 of those tanks.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
those are for sale
yeah.
in the store for me.
Yeah.
10 universal fragments you have to claim, confirm, and oh geez, we got to go through all this stuff. And then the ×5 missions you have to claim. I don't really care about those, but if you're grinding, the cool thing there is you don't have to claim them until you're ready to use them, based on the way you're grinding. So, but once you take them, remember, if you clear out the daily ×2, whatever it is, 5, whatever, your next game in that tank is going to be burning the ×5s. So be careful with how you use those.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what I wanted to talk about there. And let's look at some of the, go back, let's look at some of the camos as well. So there is the big ride. That's the T-42. Pretty cool, 3D kind of deal. This is the Starlight camo that comes with the Prime Gaming. You see
that's
that?
all right.
Yeah, you see that on my T-71.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's all right.
Let's go find now, and we'll just do this now because we're not there, but we'll eventually get to the Battle Pass camos, but let's talk about them now. I'll just show them since we're looking at them.
Yeah.
It's the 110E5. And what's the other one? 110E5 and the IS-4?
IS-4, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite cool. I like the IS-4 camo. I mean, I'm not big on the camo thing anyway, for me. But the more distracting it is, we've had this out before, the more distracting it is, the better it is especially if you do the little movements and everything else, it's harder to hit your weak points.
Yeah.
Because you're distracted by the camo anyway.
Yep. All right, here's the one for the IS-4, which I can't remember the name. You see the 2 big machine guns on top, the dinghy that we. So what I think what's going on with the dinghy, guys, is I think that's spaced armor for HE, and much like the Roadrunner and Wile E. Cody, if you shoot that dinghy with HE, it bounces right back and hits you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Pretty sure.
Like rubber.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
We have ripped it apart, but I'll tell you what. Yeah.
I think you're right though, especially on the things about some of these 3D things covering up. And I think the big one actually that I mentioned is the 110E5 looks like this. And what's interesting about it is this whole back section is just nothing. The turret ends right there on that crease. That you shoot this, you're shooting nothing. That's a hitbox of nothingness.
Yeah.
There's no HP in that hitbox. And it's even worse because there's a can on the side here.
Yeah.
That's the turret right there, and I don't think it's spaced armor. So they can really goober you up depending on what you're trying to aim at right there. It's very
I've done that a couple of times. I've fired into that, and nothing's happened. I have, in fact, it was yesterday, but one of my last games yesterday, when I was up against something, and I put it into the back. What I thought was the side of the turret, and it isn't.
Do you know? Okay, 2 things. Do you know if when you highlight it and you've got these 3D camos on it?
Now that's the shape is different to the actual camo. So the green shape doesn't cover the non-hitbox.
Okay, so the green shape is the standard model.
Yes.
It does not show you all the extra stuff.
Doesn't show the extra
Okay,
stuff.
well that's
no.
fine. That's good. That way you're not tempted to shoot it.
No, but I am. I thought, oh, I'll get him right into the fuel tank. No.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Wonder what that green highlight means.
All right, let's go into the exterior because there's two other camos I want to show you, which is the amphibious warfare and armored concrete, which come with the, I believe, battle pass. So here's amphibious warfare. Looks like this.
Yeah.
You can see that in the garage or in the paint barn. And then armored concrete looks like that. It says Lady Love on it. I don't know why it says Lady Love. Why does it say Lady Love?
I don't know. I don't know what's concrete got to do with that. I don't know.
Why does it say Lady? I don't care about the concrete. Why does it say Lady Love?
Yeah.
I'm
trying to sort of marry that two up. I'm trying to say Lady Love with concrete. It doesn't.
The lady loves concrete. Does the amphibious? Wait, this says something. Where we are, there is victory. No, okay, that's all right.
Yeah, I like that. That's what I put on the IS4. I put that one on.
Okay.
Where we are is victory.
Yeah.
Quite cool.
All right.
I quite like that.
What I do not have, guys, unfortunately, is there are the 2D styles for the package with the. Where is it? Here we go. The 2D styles that come with the boys thing, the T-42. I'll spit it out any minute as soon as my brain starts working.
Okay.
But if you come down here, like I'm back into Chrome again, man, we're all over the place. If you click through this, you'll get a general idea of what it looks like. These are the 3D styles, and then we get to right here. It's their faces and stuff, and unfortunately, it's not manipulable, so you can't really move it around. But there's a top view. You can see Butcher's face and Huey's face. It's just pictures from the. Someone's got to. Oh, there's Kamiko. Kamiko's even on there somewhere. I saw a katana. I'm like, only Kamiko uses the katana. Then you've got the 7, which is more of a red, white, and blue kind of motif. And there's Maeve, the Deep, and you can see. I mean, it's an okay version of what you're trying to see on that. But unfortunately, I don't have the styles to give you the 3D pick on that. So that is all that good stuff.
There you go. That's why it's Lady Love Concrete. It's Margaret Thatcher. That's what Wayne says. It's Margaret Thatcher camouflage.
Why? Because no, that'd be Iron. She's the Iron Lady.
Yeah,
she
used to have a lump of iron in a handbag and just swipe people as she walked past them. All these European dignitaries. Get out of my way.
The Prime Minister's questions. You just chuck that brick at him.
Yeah, chuck the brick out. Yeah, exactly. My handbag will swing for you. I tell you. Did I tell you I met her?
All right, I think we got through all that. The code for Commander AF is School Nurse 092003. Did I get that right? I hope so. School
Nurse 092003. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And we know what that did to me, didn't you? Shall we do it? Should we put this picture in everybody's minds?
Oh my gosh! I'm going to leave that up to you.
Well, I'm going to do it then.
I'm going to leave it up to you.
I think she's been very naughty because that immediately now conjures a picture for me of Commander AF dressed in a nurse's uniform, and I'm not feeling very well. Nurse.
Look, for the record, I recommended he didn't do that.
Commander AF will be PMing you now. So
yeah, that's not. I told him. I said that was not what it was in my brain, but now it is because you said it. See, now chat's blowing up, and I blame this all on you. Oh my gosh.
Don't all be on your case.
Anyway, school nurse. That gets you a mission, which I just did that while my partner over there was being rude. Now let's find out what. Oh, it's going to be down. It's on the. It's always put into the. What is it?
Other missions, isn't it?
No, it goes into the. It goes into the tank rewards, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Since here it is. All right. So September 2020 tank rewards, and you get Watts next week 3, and looks like 10,000 damage caused, and you're going to get a Band-Aid.
Okay.
But what you're really after is the 50 tokens.
I don't know.
As soon as I saw...
I'm just going to shut up because there's things running through my head, and I can't say anything. I'm not even going to go there.
Pilgrim's going in for a Band-Aid. Okay. Anywho, wow. That's good stuff right there. Well, we're here. Let's go ahead and jump into the missions tab and see what's going on, since this is the coffee talk of complete randomness.
Yeah, that's it. That's how we roll.
Breather phase is still going. I don't know why they're calling it breather phase. Is there going to be something later on? I'm just done with it. I don't know. All right. Do you have the tab that says "Who is the real hero"?
I do.
That's not the mission then. Okay. I don't know what the special missions are, guys, that come with the T42. Maybe I did them at some point. I don't know. Yeah, it's a requirement. Multiply the experience, top 7, right?
Yeah.
Help is on the
on the way.
Yeah, shoot.
Knowledge is the light. That's got to be something to do with that boys thing, isn't it? Knowledge is the light.
It is a connection, but I don't think it's the one for buying the tank, because you didn't buy the tank. So this is just everyone must have this.
Okay.
And it looks like you can get quite a bit of stuff here. You get a bunch of books. So you got to be in the top 7. You've got to do that. You can do that 5 times. If you click on Help is on the way, you'll see that you're getting these tokens. I've got 10 of the 15 I need. So once you get 15 of them, you'll get a bunch of food. Is that the only food, or is there more?
Well, it says times 7 of food. I can't see anything else with it.
Well, if you click on the tab, it only shows 4. It doesn't say there's anything else.
Okay.
That's weird. So it's pudding and tea, onigiri, chocolate, and cola, and that's it. Huh.
Does it not equate to each one of the members of that group?
Maybe. Vaguely,
American,
though.
German.
Not exactly.
No? Okay.
I mean, I don't know who the German would be, to be honest. Onigiri.
It's the guy called Hans.
Guy called what?
Hans.
Hans.
Hans, yeah.
There's no Hans.
Are they not called that? They're called Joe Hans.
That's the boy band. That's the band.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's the band. This is their favorite food, the band's favorite food. They live on Coke, chocolate, not that kind of Coke, Coca-Cola.
Whatever. Not that kind of Coke.
Onigiri, which are the little tasty little Japanese snacks, and of course pudding and tea. Because who would not want pudding and tea?
Exactly. You see, that's Mint's take on what the English eat. We don't have pudding and tea. We have tea with scones. Okay, we have scones. We don't have crumpets. We don't have cake.
God.
It's scones and tea. We don't have pudding with tea. I mean, that's just totally not. That's like having, I don't know, jelly with hamburgers. You know what I mean? It is. It's just stupid.
Actually, I want jelly and hamburgers. Now that makes me hungry.
Oh, that's terrible.
That makes me really hungry right now. That sounds like a great American meal right there.
Oh dear.
And then knowledge is the light. If you click on that, you need 25 or something. 25. So you need 25 of these to get these 4 books.
But that's quite nice, isn't it? Getting all those books.
Yeah.
Really. Oh, there's one for each different country: USA, Japan.
Okay, so it's matched up to that.
Yeah. Germany.
Yeah. You need a lot of training if you're going to have pudding and tea.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Hissenberg.
Body by pudding.
Yeah.
All right.
Fine example of tea and pudding missing.
Multiplier's on track. We don't have to worry about that. Tank rewards is ongoing. I actually finished that.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, because I get the extra 100 every time. It's just really easy for me. I ended up taking the Sturv thing so I can get the max credits possible.
Wow, I'm only on level 3. I haven't even completed level 3, to be honest.
Well, put your code in, get your 50 extra points. That'll help.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Cliffy has a good point. I might not have got the bonus mission since they gave me the tank. Possible. Very possible.
Yeah, there's a good point. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about that. There you go. Does anyone have them? I haven't been paying attention to chat. Does anybody have the bonus missions, and did they see? Go ahead and put it in chat for me if you did. Light tank courses, Starlight kit comes with some missions, much like the
Yeah,
old.
I don't have that.
Oh, by the way, the King Tiger's gone from not gone from the game, but gone from the promotion. So it's not the missions
It's
are
not linked to.
Yeah,
it's not linked to
any-
Prime. Yeah, okay.
well, I think it is. I think you still have to have your Prime link to have it in your garage. I have heard of some people having issues with that, by the way. But it's not linked to the missions anymore. So it looks like, let's see, Starlight Kit times 2. What happens here? I got 10 of those. Looks like I can do that in any tank. 8s, 6s. Yeah, it looks like just 5s. Maybe tier 5 and above, it looks like.
See, that's better. Wargaming have a habit of doing tier 6 and above for a lot of stuff, and if you know that excludes the first half of all, all the tanks
Yeah.
that's available. So tier 5 is better because a lot of guys will have just got to tier 5, having done all the training and everything else, and it gives them an opportunity. So I think that's a better idea.
God, this thing jumping around is driving me crazy. Yeah,
It is
I
good,
agree with
still,
that.
Yeah.
So then you do that, and you got the first reward, which is a bunch of kits and personal reserves, and you've got some more personal reserves and large kits, automatic fire extinguishers, and then you get more large repair kits. What the hell? The final reward. That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
The final reward is more kits. Actually, it's the times 10. The 10 times 5 is what you're really looking for right there.
Which is what you're after, absolutely.
Yeah.
Todd's quite right when it comes to the tank rewards. It is quite a. If you don't have the extras put in, it is a big ask to try and get through tank rewards.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't do the math, and I did hear some people talking about that. 90 games a day to get all the points and get in the top 10 for each. But
that's a big ask, isn't it?
It is a big ask. Yeah. And it's so interesting because with the ID.me thing, it's a breeze.
Yes, yeah, and
So-
also with Commander AF's codes and so on.
Well, and I appreciate the whole veteran thing, but it doesn't have to be that much better.
Yeah, it's quite a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it is.
It's doubled it, yeah.
I mean, if it was 20 points, it would be awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was another 50 points, it would be amazing. 100 points is insane.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What else do we have? We have who's the real heroes that we already talked about that? Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
There's another thing.
I think we're down at Brawl. We got through the multipliers on track, and then we're looking at Brawl.
Yeah,
aren't we?
yeah. What the heck? This is so. This thing. I feel like it keeps changing on me. Yeah, Brawl. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's missions for Brawl. Oh, there's.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this. There's bonds. That's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm loving this mode. I am. We had a discussion before we came on live. The mode, it might not suit everybody, but 7-on-7, tier 10. Predominantly, most of the guys know what they're doing, so they understand the meta of the maps that we're on.
Yeah.
So generally, you get team play, which is what's missing in pubs these days with the COVID. Tell me about it. And you get some decent stuff out of it. If you go to the missions and run the missions, run your battles like the mission. So you select the tank of whichever block you need to be in to get that mission done. It's quite easy to get it through in a day. You've got to do it in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And you end up with bonds and all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah, there were 300 bonds. There were 300 bonds, and there was Math and Public 600,000 credits every day.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's
that's
good. I like it. I do like it.
That's like 8.97 million credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
Or maybe something
Crazy.
less than that. What is
Some
it actually?
probably,
It's 600 times 3, 1.8 million. That's
8
not bad.
million, yeah, 1.8
Yeah.
million. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
And it's. You've seen the replay I've sent you about the, or you've seen the. I'll give you the parameters about the complete and utter team capping, base camping.
Yeah.
But when you get to see it, it might be interesting to just go. And we're getting that more and more, as you said. You see that more and more. You know, there's 3 of you go out and do the business, and the other 12 sit on base. I don't know, doing hamburgers or something on the grill or whatever they're doing. You know what I mean?
Well,
and then
they're probably having their pudding and tea, I would imagine.
yeah, and then you get onto a mode like that where people are active and it's just a breath of fresh air. It really is. It takes you away from all that nonsense, the COVID hermits, and you're playing with teams and people that generally know what they're doing and they're getting on with it, and you get support. Like you, I'm an aggressive player, so I go and do a push. On pubbies, it's like, oh, am I going to get anybody with me, or am I just going to be out here on my own? With the 7x7 brawl, as soon as you start to push, you've got 2 guys with you. Bang, straight in. Awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the moment. Yeah, it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, a couple of guys are saying that they like it quite a bit, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heisenberg has a good point. The credits do let you kind of break even on that if you're not able to make credits at tier 10.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You can make credits at tier 10, but you can't run a bunch of try-hard stuff. Excuse me, and you have to avoid shooting too much gold.
Yeah, yeah.
That does.
Which is what I do. I mean, I'll go in bog standard because at least people are playing to the meta, and you get a good skill set right the way through. So you're not always going to get people shooting gold at you, or you don't need to use gold. You know what I mean? You play to your skill level, and it's cool.
Yeah, oh, that's good. That's good. I might try it a little bit today. I'll give it a go. I think maybe a little later if I have some time. Alienware tank clip challenge is still ongoing, guys. The advert is on the webpage. If anyone has, I know a couple of you have reached out and asked me a few questions about setting up OBS and things like that. If any of you have a question or want to try to figure out how to get a clip sent into it, it's not that hard. But if you do have any questions, feel free to contact me and I'll see what I can do to help you get the clip out there. Basically, you just have to find a way to record your replay and send it in. It's just an MP4, small recording. Here's where it was, and it's stuff like I shouldn't have survived, best kill, and one other. I can't remember what it is. But check it out. I think it's worth it because there's some free stuff to get out of that.
What?
Let's see. Battle Pass 3. So I'm on 24.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, baby. Because I bought 20.
Okay, well, okay, it's like this, right? I thought about it long and hard. I thought, is this going to be worth it? Me spending some money to get get this gold, because it's quite a lot of gold, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then this thing popped into my head to say, yeah, you've got to be ahead of Guido. You've got to be ahead of Guido. This has to happen because last time he spanked me horribly. So this is going to happen. So I went and bought it, and I got to level 22.
22. All right. Well, fight's on.
So it's on.
Fight's on. Yep, fight's on. So when you buy the improved battle pass, then you have access to the improved stuff on the bottom. Then you can, after that, buy 20 of the ranks and start at rank 20. Things that are given out: lots of silver. Personal reserves, a bunch of fragments, and they're going to be Russian and U.S. based on the 2 tanks that are involved this time. There's inscriptions, emblems, all kinds of stuff. I think that books, which is nice. There's actually credit reserves, which are good. The books are cool. Credit reserves are cool. One of the best things, though, that you're looking for is here at 20, you can select the standard equipment that you want. Very cool addition by Wargaming that you can select what you want. And a piece of bounty.
Yeah.
I took the rotation mechanism. I'm assuming that's what you did.
Yes, I did exactly the same. Yeah.
So the reason for that, guys, is as we have said several times, there is a blurb in there that says there, as of right now anyway, there's not going to be an improved rotation mechanism.
No.
So bounty's the best you're going to get. Remember, you have to spend some silver to turn it into. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. I mean that's the way it goes.
Couple million, couple 3, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then you just keep on trucking until you get to 50, 45. At which point you get to pick.
If you get to 30, just to interrupt you, if you get to level 30, you've got another bounty equipment selection on the normal, on the base rewards.
And is there another equipment selection for the improved?
Normal.
Is there a normal for the improved or not so much? Yeah, there is.
Oh, yeah, there
40.
is, yeah. 40,
At 40.
Yeah.
That's 4 pieces of equipment then.
Not
2
bad,
bounty
is it?
and 2 standard. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Lots of silver being thrown around, all kinds of stuff. And then when you get to the end at 45, you get to pick one of the 2 commanders, either Jack Reed or Nikolai Samokin.
Yeah. Jack Reed or Samokin. Yeah.
And then you're into the bonds after that. So that is Battle Pass, and it's ongoing. How long does it go? December 7th.
December the 7th?
Yep.
Is that what it said?
A day that will live in infamy.
Right.
It is. Yeah, it's the attack of Pearl Harbor was that day.
It is. Yes, it is. And my good lady's birthday is the day before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No correlation, I hope.
See, no, not that I know of. Not that I know of. I never really did ask her dad about that.
Yeah.
I should have done, shouldn't I, really?
That's how most people do their stats, right?
Yeah.
Two random things that happen at the same
Yeah.
time. They must have caused each other.
Absolutely.
All right, so I think that's all for the missions and specials, man. You guys, can you think of anything else in all that mess?
Not in the missions and specials. I think we've covered that. That's cool.
We got the styles. We showed everybody that. We didn't really talk about the anniversary stuff. We'll just leave that lie. Did you use all your coins yet?
Yeah.
You did. You used
I've
them
got
all.
15. I've got 15 left.
You used them all. Oh man.
Yep. I don't think they're going to mean anything. I'm spending them now because I'm not going to spend the last day doing 30,000 million clicks just to get rid of them.
But I
So I've
just
done it.
read that there's a tier 8 premium maybe for
No,
coins.
you have. No, you haven't. And if you have, I'm going to go buy a load of coins in a minute.
I just go by. God, so talk about Mr. Money Pockets over there, man.
I don't know, it's her housekeeping, mate.
Subjects, I'm holding the line, man. I look at all my coins. I still have 5,000 of those
Oh.
bad boys, man.
Yeah, and you're going to be the one that's going to have a sore clicking finger because you will have to click a lifetime. You'll be an artillery player by then.
You know what I should do? I should do a video
You should.
of me
of clicking
of
them.
every click.
Live stream it. Live stream it. That would be
Live
awesome.
stream, clicking every coin.
Yeah.
All right. I am sort of looking forward to getting the A46 because I've held off because I'm waiting to see if
Okay.
anything happens.
Yeah.
But when I do buy it, then I'm going to be able to play the A46 a little bit. So I always like new tanks. That's always cool.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, so subjects du jour, guys. That's Act 5. We'll leave that. 122 stats. Take it away, Pilgrim. Pilgrim found the
Wow.
122,
Yeah.
which is a
122.
Chinese... Is it premium?
Yeah, no, well, they haven't decided that yet.
Oh, they haven't
Now,
decided,
There's
okay.
the interesting thing. It's a tier 8 medium Chinese. 122 TM it's called.
Yeah.
Get this. And I think there's going to be some serious work on this because... Right, let's start from the top. Damage, 400/400/515. 400 alpha damage, right, for a tier 8 medium. Penetration 233 or 299 with the special and 62 with the HE.
Looks like
Right,
it's heat.
DPM.
Looks like it's heat based on the color of the
Heat,
shell
is
I'm
it?
looking at.
Heat,
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
heat round, yeah.
Yeah. Strangely enough, the DPM is 1271, but I think that all comes into the next point. It's got a 16-second reload time. So it punches well above its weight. It's an actual tier 9 gun on a tier 8. But you're going to have to manage the reload. You're going to
Can we talk about that math for just a second?
Yeah.
It's 400 alpha, right?
Yeah.
It's a 16-second reload. Let's just
Yeah.
so let's just call it 15 seconds. That means it fires 4 times a minute, right? 15 seconds
Yeah.
into 60 is
Yeah.
4.
Thereabouts, yeah.
But it's actually a second. So how is it 1271? It has to be less than 1200.
Yeah, it would do it.
What
Yeah,
am I
that's
missing
good.
something here?
Right, okay. We take that figure. I've taken that figure from the Russian site, and
Yeah.
I couldn't get the translation on it. So I'm assuming, looking at the way the numbers are set out on stats,
Yeah.
that's the DPM.
But it's close to that.
Because-
Anyway, somewhere but which is
Because
low,
the
which
o-
is
the-
that's
the
low.
other DPM. Yeah, it is low.
Yeah.
But in fact, Wayne's just pointed out it's worse reload than the T30. So
Yeah.
it's got a massive punch, but it's like the T30. You're gonna have to go and hide until you
On a
get
medium
your shell in
hole, but it's got
On a
so keep
medium.
going because it's got some other things that it's going to make
It
it
has.
able to use that a little bit. Unfortunately,
Absolutely. Turret armor is 280/140/76. Hull is 135, 80, 50. But here it comes in. 0.33 dispersion and a 2-second aiming time. With -8 degrees depression or +15 elevation. it's going to be better than a 430U by miles.
So
As a tier 8 Chinese meat.
for comparison, if we just take a look at what I was using to do my review of the T42, get Chrome out of the way here real quick. 1200 and some change DPM is super low. If you look at these all these premiums I have, the 42, the LPC, the Pilot, the Mod 1, yada, 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 they're all at 1900 to 2000.
Yeah.
So this is a really weird bird.
Isn't it just?
Usually when you have, I'll bring up Chrome again here. Usually when you have something that with that big of a punch, it's also derpy. But you said 0.3?
Yeah, 0.33.
That's not bad at all.
It's not bad, is it? You
And
know,
a 2-second aim time is fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is this? Like it's the magic gun.
Well, it's not even the standard Chinese gun, is it? I think the standard Chinese gun was it not a 120, or is it? I'm not sure. But it's a tier 9 gun anyway. Put it that way.
Well, I mean the Russian 122s all run about 390 alpha in the game, but they're all terrible dispersion.
Yeah, and this is not by a long chalk. It's not.
No.
And if you start adding all the various things like consumables and equipment to it, you can probably get that down as well. So it's going to be, unless they, I mean, don't forget this is super test.
Yes, it has to. That has to be said right off the bat.
Yeah, it may well be that this all gets rejigged, but if it's coming out in any shape or form like it says now, you know.
I mean, for example, that's the T34-2. That's not what I wanted. I was trying to add the T34-3, which granted is a pref tank, so it's not a perfect analog really. But where's the 34-3? There we go. So it's running around with 2000 DPM, a 390 alpha, but its accuracy is 0.42.
0.42.
0.42. Yeah. Like that's the standard 122 390 alpha gun at that tier.
Yeah.
It's got massive dispersion. This thing is right now in super test 0.3. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I mean, you can go back to the turret armor.
Right.
The turret armor on the magical 430U is 300. This is 280. It's only 20 millimeters off it. It's only 20 off the tier 10 op.
I mean, the 34-3, which has a strong turret, and I believe that Type 59 is close, they're at 200, not 280.
Yeah. So I think there'll be some serious rejigging with it. I mean, I don't understand Wargaming doing this. Why did they put that into Super Test in that particular... Why don't they have it? I don't know. There must be a reason why they do it.
I think they almost always put them in too strong, just to see what the top limit is, and then dial it back. Rarely do they put it in weak and dial it up, from what I've seen. But I don't do a lot of super test. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what's these things on the side of it. What are these like? Are these missile launchers?
I don't know. It's almost T-29ish, isn't it? Sort of thing.
Well, they look like maybe TOW missiles or something. This is basically a early prototype kind of MBT. I mean, this is a fairly late development tank for this game. You know, I'm betting that's a 1960s or 70s development by the Chinese. I don't know, man.
Well, copy of.
Yeah.
Copy of, maybe.
I just 233 standard pin. Come on, man. And 299 with the heat. Holy cow.
I know. I mean, it's don't forget, the pictures you're looking at will be the plasticine model. It's not really modelled 100%, is it? But even looking at I
think this is an in-game rendering. I think this is an in-game rendering.
Oh, do you think so?
Yeah, I've seen other sites show it. That's kind of what it looks like. So that's crazy, man. And like you said, the turret thing is what makes that usable.
Yeah.
You might go, oh, it's a 16-second reload. That really sucks. Well, if you're playing the game like it's played usually, and you have a turret and -8 depression makes it use a lot of the terrain.
Yeah.
All you got to do is sit there and wait for your reload, poke out. Absolutely. Hey, you can't hurt my turret, and then send that 233 or 299 pen down range, and get that 400 punch, and then pull back and wait your.
Yeah. With that level of dispersion, I mean, that's going to be also very good for those people who like to pixel snipe. Yeah. You know what I mean? From a ridge, you can halfway across some map shots
on a medium tier 8 tank.
Yes. Which possibly will be a premium, but may not be. I don't know. They
yeah.
haven't said yet.
I would
Crazy, isn't it?
I would imagine that's definitely a premium.
Yeah, it'd have to be, wouldn't it? It'd have to be.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
T34 in medium form.
I figured it out. That's the tank you're going to get if you didn't use all of your coins.
I'm going to go buy some coins now.
That's the rumor. That's what I read. I read everyone.
You read that where?
Everyone who has 5 keys and over 5,000, over 5,000 coins, is going to get a 122 TM for free.
Okay.
But there's still a buff. It's going to be 460 alpha
Yes,
with 300 pen standard.
Yeah, but nobody will buy it because,
Well,
it's rubbish.
they're talking about buffing the turret a little bit, but they're not sure if they're going to do that because it is a little weak at 280.
Yeah.
Wait, the hull is 135?
Yeah. And it will. I mean, that's without angles. So
I don't think it's quite as angled as the standard hover medium, though. Look at that angle. It looks like it's a little bit flatter. It's not like
it looks a bit slabby, doesn't it? It looks like slabby.
It's not T54, T44 angled. It's a little flatter. Because if it was 135 with that angle, it would be just beast mode.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
You know what it sort of looks like? Is that a Centurion hull?
Again, I thought that when I looked at it, I thought that's very British looking.
It is.
And the gun looks very British. It almost looks like the 120 rifled. With
that gun is way too big for a Brit. They all have smaller guns.
I know, yeah. It's to do with the water. It's all to do with the water. The water's not good quality and it affects things.
Is that true? You guys don't have good water?
Well, we're on an island, aren't we? So we have to suck it from deep, don't we? So you know what I mean? We haven't got vast tracts of land like you guys.
Vast tracts of land.
Yes, with all your water.
Right. We stay, he goes. No.
Absolutely. Geo's in the house just to change the tune. Hello, Geo.
We have just devolved into what were we even talking about?
I don't know. I Chinese idea. Something or other.
Holy cow! Now I'm showing my Twitch manager thing. Holy macaroni. Okay. Where are we? All right, 122. Is that enough of banging on about the 122? I think
that's enough. I mean, just to put it out there, it's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even with if they rebalance all this in Super Test, it'd still be an interesting tank, I think, coming out with a 16-second reload. Yeah. You're going to have something that makes it worthwhile to buy if it becomes a premium.
What would you do? What would you do to balance that? What would sound more balanced to you? What do you think that needs? I'm trying to think of what I would do to make that sound more balanced.
The problem you've got is that you've got a generic for medium tanks, haven't you? You've got the Russian line and so on. So how do you make the Chinese different within the parameters that set out?
They tend to have a harder hitting gun, but they tend to be derpier.
Yeah. So do you make it derpy but reduce the loaded speed? Again, you're bringing it back into normality. You're bringing it down. Do they want to produce a premium that is out there on the outlier? For however they're going to do it, or do they want just a generic, middle of the road, premium tier 8, which is the same as every other premium tier 8?
Yeah, man, I don't know what you would do with that. Game-wise, if you just consider specifically its effect on the game based on its current setup, I think its gun would have to be nerfed pretty hard accuracy-wise so that it couldn't just pixel snipe with a massive turret and a big gun at 400 alpha. It just has too many advantages in the way the game is played. It has to have something, a negative. There is no negative on. What is there a negative?
No, because effectively what you've got is a hard-hitting TD, if you like, that is mobile.
Right.
Effectively that's what you're doing, aren't you?
Yeah, there's no negative to that tank. It's got the turret it needs. It's got the alpha it needs. The only negative is it does take a while to reload, and its DPM at 1200 is atrocious. But still,
isn't it? Yeah.
DPM, it's not nearly as important as people think it is.
Well, no, I don't think it is because the other thing is the reaction from enemy. If you hit it hard and take 400 off the enemy, that enemy is then much more cautious about sticking its nose out. So you reduce the capability of the aggression of the enemy because there's a tank back there with 400 alpha going to wallop you every 16 seconds.
Now, the one thing it
Do you know what I
can't
mean?
do that other mediums could do because of 1200 alpha is that push around the side of things and just start bang, 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 bang. It just won't be able to. With 1200 DPM, it's just not going to finish people off in that kind of swirling brawl. But if it's able to keep this going on, the peeking, poking, it's going to wear you out. It will absolutely wear you out.
Yeah.
So
Good
like
support tank, I would say.
more like a TD, just like you said, though.
Yeah, TD with medium mobility.
Yeah.
And superb armor. Crikey.
Yeah.
I'm buying it.
Yeah, Sai has exactly. He says that's British Light level DPM. That's exactly right. So
Yeah.
you would end up playing it a lot like a British Light, where you make your shots count. I didn't notice how much ammo it has. I wonder if it's a very low ammo count.
I don't know.
You would have to make sure that your shots count. You have to be careful about when you shoot. But still, that is not out of the purview of this game. And as a matter of fact, as campy as the game is, that's actually not that big of a disadvantage.
Yeah, it's probably it's advantage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bogey's quite right as well. It's got pretty rubbish horsepower. I think, but it's got 5.
Oh, that's sluggish. Yeah, that's very sluggish.
Yeah.
That, in fact, that's T42 levels. That's what I was talking about and how sluggish this is. So it's somewhere around 50 knots, I think. But
Okay.
hello, Pep. Welcome. All right, cool. So here's some other news. You had some other news for us about the next update.
Yeah, we're 1.10.1 due to hit us on the 24th of September. Now, I say us. This is off the Russian server, so it may well be that they get it first and we get it a day later. It's certainly 24th, 25th.
No, you know what? They've been giving it to us because we're the.
Have they?
Oh yeah,
Yes, of course they have. Yeah,
we're the canary in the coal mine.
We are.
Yeah, because if things go sideways, then only the peasants in the U.S. get the crap.
Only the minuscule 25,000 people are affected as opposed to 1.2 million.
I think it's been that way for a couple patches.
Right. Okay. So 24th of September.
They could get it first. I don't know.
Possibly.
I just like the wine. It's fun.
Yeah, well, it's fun. We're probably per capita the highest payers because the Russians actually pay in potatoes. So Minsk are fed up of sacks of potatoes being sent to their headquarters. But that's the way it is, isn't it? We've got real money.
Well, I mean, you make vodka with potatoes, so.
Oh, you do, don't you?
They may need a lot of potatoes.
Well, there you go. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
So that's just so stereotypical and rude, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
Yeah.
Why
don't you just go eat your pudding and tea?
Where's your can of Coke?
And I'm gonna have
can of Coke and your cheeseburger.
No, my hamburger and my what was it? Jelly.
Can of Coke. Oh, jelly and hamburger. Yeah, absolutely. That goes together, doesn't it?
Hey, well, American tankers, we just roll around with cases of Coca-Cola. That's all we eat.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
You've conquered the world with Coca-Cola.
If you cook Coca-Cola down, you can make a Coca-Cola biscuit.
No, you can't.
It's a sugary biscuit that you can then eat.
Right, that's got to be healthy because it's just caffeine and sugar. Get rid of the water; it's just caffeine and sugar.
Yeah,
was that in your emergency rations in your? It
was in my jet. Yeah, you punch out, you land, you're in shock, a little dehydrated. You're like, and you just.
I don't know.
What's the song? Coke and a Smile, or?
Yeah. I've had your MRE. The meals ready to eat, I think you call it.
Delicious.
No, it was retermed meals rejected by Ethiopians because absolutely nobody wanted to eat it. It was horrendous.
Okay, to be fair, give me the year that you did that.
1991, possibly, or 90.
1881?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Okay, so you are absolutely correct. 1981, the MREs were like dog feces that had been processed. Yeah.
I got here we go. Here's a quick story before we carry on with this. Here's a quick story.
Okay.
I got get this, 25 pairs of American Jungle boots, 25 sets of jungle combats because my guys didn't have any jungle kit. This was when we were out somewhere.
Oh, you got this
warm.
Not for you personally, but for your unit.
For the boys.
Okay.
Right?
The boys.
I got it.
Which is a boy band.
I got it for one British 10-man ration pack, right? Because you guys would kill for the British ration packs because you had these meals rejected by Ethiopians. The only good thing about the MREs was you got some, what's that sauce, that really hot sauce? Tabasco.
Tabasco, baby.
You use a little bottle of Tabasco.
You know why that's in there?
So it flavors all the hard.
So you can eat it, because otherwise you don't want to eat it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I was like, yeah, I'll take all that. What do you want for it? Well, can we get one of those 10-man ration packs? Well, of course you can. Yeah. Have two.
I ate nothing but MREs during the invasion, right before and during the invasion, except for one day where they actually helicoptered in these weird trays of stuff that the Kuwaitis had put together. For 45 days, I ate nothing but MREs.
Wow, your insides must have been torn apart.
Well, I mean, after a while, you get used to it. You know.
Yeah, you do.
But
here's another interesting fact, right? I don't know if they do it with American military rations these days, but they put an inhibitor in the British food packs, right? Not the inhibitor you're thinking about, Guido. Get off the nursey thing and all that sort of stuff. It's a bowel movement inhibitor. So it reduces the requirement for you to go to the toilet a lot, right? But after 5 days, my word, you have to stand over the trench.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. And then you get used to it. Like, it does that because that initial push, you may need to not have to stop so much. And then you have that. But after that, the system kind of works it out.
Anyway, we digress.
No, it was cool. So it was interesting eating them for that long, but it wasn't really that big a deal.
I mean, was it not? Obviously, with the invasion, it was better than the bland stuff that I came across.
Yeah. Here's a fascinating thing about it. I don't know if you know about this or read about it or experienced it in yours. What I found out. And, we push in, we started moving faster than we thought we would, the standard story of the second invasion in there. Yeah. And the supply lines got stretched, so they were trying to make sure that they had food. And we kept pushing the MREs forward because, we needed the combat troops. I was rearing the gear at the regiment. I was never closer than a mile or two from people shooting.
And that's close for Air Force.
If anybody, I was on the ground with the damn Marines.
Wow.
But still, I was with the regiment. I mean, whatever. We never got attacked. We saw some stuff blow up nearby, but that's about the extent of it. If I ever got shot at, I didn't know. I was blissfully unaware.
Well, this time you hear the crack and the thump, you're okay.
Exactly. The only thing I heard was the boom whistle, which was the artillery. For some reason, the artillery always wanted to park right next to the regimental headquarters. I think it was on purpose.
Yeah.
I think it was just to bug the hobbits, the fobbits sitting back there. It was always boom whistle, so I never had any whistle boom. That's very good. Anyway, food. So combat troops, when they get in, they start to get stressed. They're doing their thing.
Yeah.
It's counterintuitive. You would actually think they would eat more, but because of the stress and all the stuff, they start to eat less.
Yeah.
So they have to kind of force them to eat, which is one of the reasons why the MREs have such massive calorie counts.
Yeah.
Is after prolonged combat, it takes a lot to force the guys to eat. They just don't want to, just for all the reasons of being in a war that sucks. Yeah. And I didn't realize that. I thought, dudes will be hungry. They'll be just chowing food down. Just nope. It's actually the opposite. They have a problem sometimes. Yeah. After a couple of weeks, they were having issues with trying to get the guys to eat.
Yeah.
We had to, because we were Air Force, we were packing up our stuff, and the tech sergeant that was the JTAC that was with me said, "Okay, should we bring some MREs?" And I'm thinking, man, I don't know. They're kind of big boxes. And he's like, "I think we should bring some just in case." And I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea. So he got 2 full cases, and we stuffed them in the back, underneath everything in the back of the Humvee. We had a soft side that had a lot of radio, so there wasn't a lot of space, but in the back we got 2 cases back there. And that was important because after a couple of weeks, the food started to be rationed a little bit, and we had some extra we could chuck around and eat. So, I thought that was always interesting to me.
The thing is about that is that you're quite right. That's why it's high calorific value, because most of the time in combat, the only thing we would be eating is like candy bars or anything with a high sugar content. You can ram it down. Yeah. That's about the only thing. And when you go, I mean, you know this, and most of the guys who are ex-military will know this. When you're in high combat, combat is not intense 24 hours a day.
Right.
It's not at it all the time. So when you're in the period where it's like just deathly quiet, dead,
Yep.
all you want is sleep,
Yeah.
maybe a drink and a cigarette, and you just can't be arsed eating. You just can't.
Yeah.
Not even heating up a boil in the bag. You know what I mean? You just can't be bothered.
Yeah.
But the good thing about the Brit and some of the US armour never had. The Brits had as we've spoke about before, we had the BVs, the boiling vessels. So you could always get a cup of tea, a hot drink down you, no matter what, because it was on the go.
That's brilliant.
Constantly.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
On the go
Yeah,
constantly.
yeah.
So
Ours would be coffee. Ours would be coffee,
well,
but
exactly.
the MREs come with a little instant coffee.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
So it came with creamer and sugar, and
Okay.
some of them what you wanted the cocoa pack.
Right, okay,
You wanted a cocoa pack and you
yeah,
wanted a coffee
yeah.
pack, some cream and sugar. You put all that in your thermos. I had this. I think I've told the story, but I had this green thermos with the screw on top,
Yes, yeah.
and you put all that in there. If you shake it long enough, it will eventually dissolve. You don't have to have warm water. So you have a AirSats.
Yeah.
You have an AirSats mocha, basically, an AirSats
That's it.
mocha.
Yeah.
And I lived
Cool.
on that. That's what I had.
Well, that's all you want to do. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, if to sit down and to even just heat up a boil in the bag, it's just too much effort.
Yeah.
And you actually don't feel hungry if if you've been in combat for some time, you don't feel hungry. You don't feel.
So do yours have the little chemical heater stuff?
Yeah, we've got them now.
Yeah.
They introduced them. I don't know. It must have been 15 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got them now. So you can pop the bag and it heats it up for you.
It has.
So, I mean, that's useful.
The MREs have my favorite because they are working with Army guys. No offense, Army guys, I love you, but the younger Army guys are sometimes not they're inexperienced. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
The instruction on the side of the chemical thing is hilarious to me, and
I know.
we made a running joke of it the whole time. But basically, it shows pictures because Army guys like pictograms on how to do something, as opposed to words. Too many words confuses.
Yeah,
So-
far too much. Yeah, far
So-
too much. Just show us pictures.
It says it tells you how to put the thing in, where to fill up the water to, roll it over, and then it tells you what to do. And it says to lean it on something. It says lean it on a rock, and it's got a picture of a rock. It says lean it on a rock or something.
Or something.
Or something. So the joke with me and my guys was, how many different or somethings can you possibly lean your MRE chemical heater up against? So we never leaned it against the same thing. We found as many or somethings.
It's going to be different each time.
Oh yeah, everywhere on the Humvee, on your leg, it's just everywhere you could figure
Or
out.
anybody who's asleep, lying down,
Oh, yeah.
lean it up against the side of his head.
How many or somethings is there for cooking an MRE?
Fantastic, brilliant.
Oh man. Oh yeah, world's premiere MRE talk.
Yeah. Disgusting stuff.
So back to the update.
Back to the update.
I think
what we're going to get.
I think that. Did you tell the day? I don't know how far we
24th of September is
Okay.
the date that's been put out there.
Yeah.
Possibly the 25th if it doesn't quite make it for the 24th. So I don't know what day that is. I don't know the calendar.
So if that's a relatively major update, and it sounds like it is, we'll get to what's in it in just a second. I think
Yeah.
that's where this equipment move is going to happen, guys, where all the equipment that's still sitting on your tanks that's too high of a category or whatever they call it is going to get stripped off. It's not going to go away. It'll go into your depot, and now we're going to you have to get into the whole rigmarole
Yeah.
if you haven't already done so, and I'm not particularly looking forward to that because I have a big garage.
Well, I've done it, Guido. I got them all off. I went through every single time. I mean, you've got
Really?
500 tanks. Yeah, I've got, 200 and odd. But I went through it the other day and took them all off, went through it and changed it all over. I've actually got, out of that, 41 million credits.
Did you
Did
you rebuy
because-
everything?
Yeah. So I'm sitting now where I normally run.
Wait, hold on. So you took it all off, and then you re-equipped everything with the new lower price.
No.
Okay.
No.
That wasn't.
I didn't need to because I already had enough equipment sat in the
Oh wow.
in my depot or depot.
So how much of that would you estimate you're going to use re-equipping stuff?
But probably about a half of it. So
Half, okay, yeah.
I probably made 20 million
Okay.
credits because it's 600,000 for each of the class 1 items. Oh, yeah, it's 300,000 when you sell it.
Yeah, but you would. Oh, sell wise, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
So,
an
and I
example.
already had a load of equipment already in my garage.
Right.
Which is now considered the lower class, if you like. Class
I think
three,
I
class
think the
two.
place where you're going to lose some money is if you want to redo some of the new stuff, like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the,
If you start
the
buying
rotation
all the,
device, the
yeah,
CVS, the things
yeah,
that are the improved hardening, that
yeah,
stuff. But this is what I'm talking about. I know most of you guys know, but if you don't, if you have an equipment slot, and it's mostly going to be at tier 7, 5 to 7, I think, where you're going to find these.
yeah.
Tier 8, 9, and 10 should not have any equipment that doesn't fit.
No, it fits. Tier 8, 9, and 10, I didn't take anything off that. It
Right,
was
you don't need
all,
to
it
because
was
they're
all the
all
right. No,
fine.
it was all
Those
the
are
right.
all
Yeah,
class
so,
1 anyway.
yeah, yeah.
But I think it's 5, 6, and 7. And an example is I've got the 201 A45 here. You can see that my vert stab is a class 1, but it takes a class 2, which is cheaper. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And then my optics, same thing. It's a class 1. It currently works, no problem. But I think when this next update comes out, they're going to get all stripped off and you're going to have to rebuy. But remember, the class 1 that got stripped off, if you don't have a place for it, you can sell it.
Sell it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd's saying, wait, this is the whole buy the consumables pyramid scheme from before. The one I got wrong. No, I've got this one right.
Whoa, right. Yeah, because you
I bought a load of consumables to sell them back at a profit, but I didn't.
So in Pilgrim's World, what you need to do right now is buy as much class 1 equipment as you can
Yeah. Yeah, and then sell them.
and then sell them.
And you make money.
Yeah, it's double your money.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That's fantastic. That's what we go for here. All right, so tell the people what we're going to get in.
All right. So the
update.
update, the information that I've got
I'm out of coffee.
is the yeah. Are you out of coffee? Are you going to
Yeah.
explain while I do this?
No, go ahead. I just
No. All right then. So it is what we're expecting. It's the rebalance, if you like, which to me is a buff to the 140, the 121, the WZ120, the T34-2, the E50M, the E50, and the Panther 2 and the Panther 88. They're all getting what they're calling a balance, but it's getting I think it's getting a buff. The nerf will happen to the Leopard Prototype 8 on that. So this is that. Secondly, encounter mode is going to be added to 5 maps: Westfield, Karelia, Serene Coast, Studansky. Is that how you say it? Studansky?
Stuzansky, yeah.
Yeah, and
Studansky.
they call it and the industrial zone, which I can't remember what that's called
The one with the factory.
over here.
That's
That's the
Stuzansky.
one
No,
with
Stuzansky is the one with the little tiny factory.
Yeah, it's the Polish one, isn't it, Studansky?
It's not Stalingrad. It's anyway. Go ahead. I can't.
Anyway, yeah, it's that one. Well, somebody will tell us down below.
All right. So I'm sorry. I ran out of coffee and I
encounter mode.
spaced off. We're getting encounter mode on how many maps?
5 more maps.
Really?
Yeah, cool. Westfield, Karelia, Serene Coast, which
that may be the
Russians
thing
call
I'm
Flight.
looking forward to the most. To be honest, I like encounter mode.
Yeah, I do.
And that could change the way some maps are played, which would make Pilsen. Bogey's got it. It's called
Pilsen,
Pilsen.
that's it. Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that actually. I know a lot of you guys don't run encounter and assault. I recommend it. There's so much more flavor to the. It's tasty. It's spicier. The game is spicier.
Yeah. The problem you've got is if you go into it, the base, which you've got to capture, in 2 of the maps are in rather awkward areas. Not the best. What they've done is they've got the 2 spawn points equidistant, which is great, and they've got the base area to make it fair in the triangle. So you've got equidistance from the spawn points, and then it's so on 2 of the maps, Westfield and Serene Coast, they're in the most awkward places.
Yeah.
If you have a look at it, if you have a look on the map, it's going to take some doing to get in there and get them. Because I mean, that's the point. You either destroy their team or you capture the base.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Todd, encounter is the one where there's one map. Randall says most people don't play different on encounter. Depends on the map, but I think you're generally right. Assault tends to be different because it usually changes the spawns and the angle at which the map is taken on.
Yeah.
There are some different encounters though that end up playing a little bit differently. I just like the different. It's just a little bit different. It's spicier. You know what I mean?
I like encounter for the pure fact that you've got one area to try and capture, and then added to that, you can either destroy the enemy team. But it focuses everything either to if your team is going to try and do the base thing, then it's a whole different game. Because if
Yeah.
I mean, I do it quite a lot in Brawl, because that's similar in that respect. It's got one base. So if I take a medium into Brawl, I'll tell the team I'm going to cap just to put pressure on the enemy. They're going to be hearing the siren going, oh, we're going to have to deal with this, instead of taking on the rest of the team.
Yeah.
So I will, in a medium, fly to the cap, sit on the cap in protected area, and then the enemy has a decision. You either then engage my team in whatever location they want to do. For example, in mines, it could be E6
Yeah.
on the hill, or you go and deal with the cap. But if you deal with the cap, you split your team, so you become non-effective. So I mean, we've won it so many times because I've gone, right, I'm in a medium, I'm going to the cap. You guys, all in your heavies, your WZ rentals, go and do what you need to do. Go and take the pinch point and do that. And it's worked more than often. The only time it failed is when my heavy team failed, and then they did a flanking maneuver and got me on the cap. So,
Right.
But so I love that whole different aspect to it.
Heisenberg says assault is about as spicy as an MRE. Well, then you need to dump more Tabasco on that, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know,
Take artillery in.
people complain about the other modes and say things like, "Oh, people don't know how to play it." I'm like, well, people don't know how to play random, so I don't really know what. I don't really know what this is you're speaking of.
No, it's COVID hermit day, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the time. So yeah, I haven't got it disabled. I know some people do. I haven't got either of the all three modes. I'll run them because
I will admit I do not have grand battles enabled. I've had that turned off.
Oh, do you not? I like grand battles.
No.
I like it. It's but the only problem you get with grand battles is that like a third of your team will put in chat, "What's this? I've never come across this before." And you're thinking, "Oh no, seriously? Oh no!"
Oh, jeez.
A third of my team do not know this map and never seen it before.
So the rebalances, I heard you mention the Panther 8.8. Is it getting a slight buff or something?
Yeah,
Really?
looks like both the Panther 2 and the Panther 8.8 is getting slightly. It hasn't gone into detail what the site I was looking at,
Right.
but I think the detail's been out previously. But it's getting a buff now. What sort of buff? I think it'll be an armor buff, the same as the E50's got,
Yeah.
possibly. I don't know. I don't think it'll be a gun buff because the 88 is a nice gun anyway. So,
Yeah. Interesting.
You know.
All right. I like the 8.8. I think I 3-marked that thing. It's a great tank.
Cool. Yeah.
It really is.
so-
People hate it. I always kind of liked it.
I don't know why people hate it. It has a particular playstyle and it's quite an accurate gun. It's the German accurate gun, isn't it? The 88. It's the one.
But it's not a traditional medium
No.
kind of thing, and
No.
the turret's kind of weak, so people don't like that because they can't play turret games. So I mean, I get it. I understand why they don't like it, but there you go.
Okay. Morning, Kfo.
Oh
Kjo.
man, you caught us right at the end, man. I think we're just about winding down. What else you got? Program anything else for the
Well,
people?
I've got Halloween is also coming back. We know that,
All right.
but it won't be a repetition of last year because it never happened last year. So it'll be something along the lines of the year before.
What is it?
The
What
fire.
is it that you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be a super Leviathan type event. Very
Yeah,
similar
that's
to-
what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got. So that's coming.
I'm under NDA on that, so I can't really discuss it. You can speculate all you want, but obviously,
Okay,
what I can tell you is there is a Halloween event coming. I think it's going to be pretty
Cool.
cool. The rest I can't
I
speculate.
know.
on this.
It's another mode that I quite enjoy because it takes you away from not so much the grind. I don't call pubbies the grind, but it takes you away into a different mode. You can just
Yeah,
it's not affecting things.
I will tell you they're planning on something pretty big and cool, so we'll see.
Oh, excellent! All right, cool.
Yeah.
Right, one thing we didn't discuss, which I forgot to mention, that there's a warning here for everybody. There is a scam out there on the Russian server at the moment. It is a scam where a website called wargaming.tk will offer to buy your premiums back off you for real money, for cash. It's a scam. And apparently they've been caught out in the RU server quite badly, so they put it out there.
Ugh.
I don't think it's on the NA server at the moment, but if you come across wargaming.tk, ignore it, get away from it, just don't go anywhere near it. They will offer to buy your premium tanks for real cash. And
I will say, and I think I can say this with some amount of certainty, any third-party website claiming to do something at any kind of discount
Yeah.
is a scam.
Yeah.
Almost, I won't say 100%. I know there are sites out there that do things like sell keys for games and some other things, but even those can be fishy. You're really taking. I mean, I don't know. You are really taking your gaming life in your own hands by trying to do these things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, there's been there's been a number of examples over the years for many games. You could buy credits, gold, whatever through these and you actually lose your money. So I don't think we in the West are as naive as possibly those in the East. But at the end of the day, who's to tell?
Yeah.
I think we're pretty clued up when it comes to scams.
Yeah.
And I sold all of my premiums to this site.
Hey, Wayne, hold on.
That.
I just want to tell Wayne, I actually blocked that because you misspelled it and it was close to a word that is probably verboten. But what he said was, are the Nigerian princes back at it again? And absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely yes. I just want to let you know why I blocked that message, man. There you go.
Okay.
That's it.
No,
there you go. There you go.
There you are. Yeah. That's it. That's
the chat filter did not like the misspelling.
Oh, got you. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't click with a British person.
Yeah. I just want to be straight up with it. I just want to be straight up with everybody.
That's cool.
Cool.
So yeah, that was that.
Okay.
So,
what else?
that's everything I've got.
All right, I think that's everything I got, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming by. Thanks so much. Had a good crowd here today. Got a sub out of it. So thanks to everybody for coming by. I think that's it. Have a good tank week. I will see you.
Do you want to, before you do that, Guido? Do you want a pilgrim story?
Sure, why not? We've gone long. Might as well go longer.
Pilgrim story. What about it? Okay. Along the lines of, just before everybody goes, along the lines of what we talked about with Rudolf Hess, and they levelled the prison after he died and made a supermarket out of it, called a British military one, the NAFI.
Yep.
Same sort of thing, right? In Bergen-Hohne, which was just down from the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, the headquarters of the 5th Panzer Regiment was sat during the Second World War. And the headquarters building itself was called the Roundhouse. Well, when we rolled in and liberated Bergen-Belsen, I say we, the Allies, and the British Army were the ones that went in there, we took over the camp, quite rightly so. The camp became a displaced persons camp for those coming out of Bergen-Belsen concentration camp and so on. And the Roundhouse headquarters, which it's quite an impressive headquarters building. It's like a big white building, and it was circular, hence the name Roundhouse, with a blister building attached to it. But when you walked into the atrium and you looked up, there was a huge glass dome, and that huge glass dome was with coloured glass, and in the centre used to be the old swastika with the eagle holding the swastika. That was taken down and something else was put in its place. But it's very, very impressive building. And then you walk out onto the side on the blister, and it's like a balcony. And you stand on the balcony, and then there's this parade square which stretches for about a good half mile all the way around. And you can imagine, and this is when Hitler used to go up there. You can imagine, the 5th Panzer Division laid out in front of this building on this parking
Right, yeah.
With all the guns up and all the tank crews, doing all that sort of stuff. And Hitler standing there giving it rooty toot. Well, I would have loved to have been a little bird sat on his shoulder at that point when he was giving it Ein Volk, all that sort of nonsense. Because I would have turned around and said to him, do you know this 1,000-year Reich you keep banging on about? It's not happening, mate, because this has been turned into a kindergarten in 1956. It became a NAFI and a kindergarten. So
Nice.
There you go. Sorry, anyway. That was a
much better use. A much better use.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Nice to go shopping there.
All right, guys. That is it from me on the left side of the coast on the world's #1 0700 time slot World of Tanks chat.
And that's it from Pilgrim on the correct side of the Atlantic, and I'm not going to rattle on like that for the next 5 minutes. All the best, gentlemen and ladies.